Um, I did play some Game Pass games this week, so this is the one I want to talk about because it was only about 3 hours long. It seems to be doing quite an interesting thing with both the critics and the audience. And when I mention the name of the game, I think you'll understand why. Mixtape.
Right. Okay. Yes.
Oh yeah, I've heard about
Uh,
that one.
yeah, so it's about 3 hours long. It's a very story-driven game, and the vast crux of the the premise behind it is, you're an angsty teenager on your final night in the area that you live in. You're going out on a night out, and you're preparing booze for a party, and you want to make the perfect soundtrack to that particular night. Um, I'm going to be honest, I can't remember the name of any of the characters in the game because they're incredibly unmemorable. They're incredibly
Oh
annoying.
wow.
It's all full of teen angst and so annoying. But
Oh
apparently this game is
lovely.
an absolute 10 out of 10 with the critics, and it is...
Oh, I'm gonna have to play it just to
Holy
prove
Christ, it
them
is
wrong.
an absolute diabolical mess. It's not even a
Oh
game.
goodness.
It should have just been a movie. Because the interaction that you have
Okay.
with the game is literally walk around this bedroom, press X, watch a thing. Oh, you're
Oh
skateboarding
no.
down a hill. Okay, you can ollie, you
Oh
can do
no.
flip trick, you can do what this. And it is incredibly pointless to even be a game. I mean, so the narrative structure is fine. There is nothing wrong with it per se. It's just every single one of the characters are incredibly unlikable. Um, it's
Mm-mm.
very much a Californian game because all the kids are so right and the adults are so wrong. It's so unreal. One of the characters, their parents is a police officer, and they're trying to stop her from leaving the house from getting in trouble, and they ground her, and then she breaks out, and then has a confrontation with her at the end, and he's the wrong person. It's like he's trying to make sure that you don't completely screw up your life. Don't be an idiot. But yet he's portrayed to
Oh
be the
goodness.
bad person.
Right.
It's so awful. It's such an
Uh,
awful, awful game. And to call it a game, it's even a stretch. It's a
Yeah.
mild interactive movie.
I mean, I've played those types of experiences before, and I've got nothing against them. I kind of think they are what they are, but because they are narrative games, they sort of
Hmm.
rely on having a good narrative and good characters. And if
yes.
you don't have that or you don't gel with them, then there's not really out else there to prop it up. Like I've played good
100%.
narrative games where there's a really good story and it's worth just kind of, going through the motions
Like
to
Yeah,
do it. But
for
to me,
absolutely.
I think. No, what were
Uh,
you gonna say?
I was going to say, for all of its flaws in terms of gameplay and story, Life is Strange is so much more of a better experience
I
than this
was
game
gonna
ever
ask.
was.
I was gonna ask because like Life is Strange has not been the greatest experience for me, but it's not awful either. Now if you've ever heard of like what's become or what happened to Edith Finch, that one,
Yeah. What
that
remains
what
of Edith
remains?
Finch?
that's it. What remains? Because I can't. I just remember Edith Finch because it's about a bird. I mean her name's a bird. Um, that's my kind of narrative game. That is so kind of like really cool and stuff because even though it is narrative heavy and it's telling a story, you still get to do things, you know. Uh, whereas Life is Strange is less to do. And then if Mixtape comes along and there's nothing to do, I don't know how I feel about
Yeah.
that.
So the problem with this
Ah,
is that they're also claiming this to be like an absolute indie darling. Like it's like, oh, it's
yes,
made
that's
by a
what I
small
keep seeing.
small developer. Like it is, but it's also published by Annapurna, who are a massive company. So
Yeah,
not
I like
really.
Annapurna stuff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
not really
mean,
that. But
So
against Annapurna, they have published some fantastic games,
yes, they
yes.
have.
like
I'm not.
Sayonara Wild Hearts and the
Mhm.
Lorelei game.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
but yeah, they are a massive company,
Yes.
so
I would not
n-
say they're indie.
yeah, it's sort of
Yeah,
stretching the bounds. Indie, they're indie style games, I
yeah,
suppose.
for
Yes.
sure.
They're more
Yes.
like the double A games of the past, where you used to
Yeah,
get an experience that wasn't like super refined, super high budget, but it was, you know, decent little games.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the developers
Exactly.
behind this are uh, Beethoven and Dinosaur, which are the people who did God, what was it called? The Artful Escape.
That sounds
No, I never
familiar.
played that.
No, I
I've
didn't
heard of
either.
it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games that people will know about if they're familiar with the
Yeah.
developer, but this is my first experience with one of their kinds of games, and apparently the R4scape was quite similar, but had a bit more gameplay about it, but it seems to be very
Which one
much
is the
their
R4?
style.
I mean, it can't have less.
I have to think of what game that is. I'm pretty sure I've played that game,
You
but
might have
not
done.
streamed it.
No.
But yeah. Anyway, so
But
yes.
thankfully it was on Game Pass, so I didn't have to pay the £20 they're
Oh,
asking for on this
right.
game. So, because otherwise
Yes.
I would have bought it, and because after hearing all the reviews of it, I was like, I'm somewhat interested. Then saw it was on Game Pass. I was like, thank God I didn't spend £20 on this. I literally completed it in 3 hours, and I was like,
That's crazy.
and Rachel had just got home from the work she was doing at the time, and I went,
That's perfect
well,
timing.
that was over. That sucked. And then just put the controller down, turned the Xbox off, and walked away.